In this video, I want to show you how to put Linux on a Windows system using WSL. Linux provides some really useful tools that just aren't available on Windows systems. So if you use Windows, it can be really handy to have access to some of the tools that Linux provides as well. And one way of doing that is to use WSL. WSL stands for Windows-Subsystem-Linux, and it provides a way of installing Linux onto a Windows system. It's really straightforward and incredibly useful. So I'm going to walk you through how to install WSL. We're going to look at WSL 2 as well. So you'll install WSL and then upgrade that to WSL 2. And then we're going to install a Linux distribution onto the machine as well. And once we've done that, we'll look at how to install VSCode, which you will then be able to run from the Linux command line and will run inside your Linux system. Microsoft has a really handy guide on this page here on how to set up Linux using WSL. So I'll link to that in the description, and we'll follow through a lot of these steps, and then we're going to move on to other steps where we update the Linux distribution and install VS Code. So the first thing you need to do is open your PowerShell, and the way you do that is go into the search, the Windows search, type in PowerShell, and then when it comes up, select it, but run as administrator. That's what you need to make sure you do. And once you've opened it, you need to write in, and you can copy it from the link in the description, this command here. Once you've pasted it in, press return. Once you've done that, you've got WSL1, the original WSL, installed. Now you can just go and install Linux now, but you might want to upgrade to WSL2, which just has a few more features. You can only do that if you have Windows 10 and if your system meets the following requirements. Hello, Giles' twin here. Now, Giles asked me to tell you something about the requirements, so I've got them here. Let me just read them out to you, and then I need to get back on with my guitar practice. So, Windows 10 is a requirement. For x64 systems, you need version 1903 or higher, with build 18362 or higher. For ARM64 systems, you need version 2004 or higher, with build 19041 or higher, and builds lower than 18362 do not support WSL2. I hope that's useful. Now I need to get back to my playing. So if your system meets the requirements, the next step is to enable the virtual machine feature. Now before you do that, you're going to have to check your BIOS and check that virtual machines are enabled in your BIOS. Now, these can differ a lot from machine to machine. So what I've done is put a link to a guide that will help you in the description. Check your BIOS and check that virtual machines are enabled. And once you've done that, what you need to do is go back into your PowerShell and type this command here. Once that's typed in, press return. We're almost there now. We just have to install the Linux kernel update package. Now the version that you install will depend on what type of processor you have, whether it's an x64 processor or an ARM64 processor. Now in all likelihood it's an x64 processor, but just to check, go into your PowerShell and type in system info. In the first few lines of what comes up, it will tell you what type of processor you have. Once you know the type of machine you have, click on the appropriate link. They're both in the description. Download the package, and once it's downloaded, just double click on it and execute the package, and that will install the update for you. Head back to your PowerShell now and type in the following command. So this is the last command to prepare your machine to install Linux, and that is WSL space set default version space 2, and then just click return. And now you're all set to install Ubuntu. So now we just go to the Microsoft Store, search for Ubuntu, and then press get and wait for that to install. Once it's installed, you can just launch it. And there you have Linux now running on your Windows system. Just a couple more things to do. you need to set a username and password. So just type that into the terminal, and then you're just going to need to update what you've got. And you do that by typing sudo apt update and then and apt upgrade. Those will take a little while to install, and once that's finished, you're done. You've got an up-to-date Ubuntu system on your Windows computer. And then I just said we were going to install VS Code, so head over to VS Code and click install. Install the Windows version, and once that's installed on your system, you can go to your Linux terminal and you can run it by typing code space dot. So now you have Linux and Windows on one system, and that's going to come in really handy and also be useful for some projects that I've got coming up on this channel very soon. I'd like to tell you a little about today's sponsor, Brilliant. Brilliant is a learning platform that specializes in teaching maths, science, and computer science, and I think you'll really like it. One of the things that I like about it is its interactivity. So you don't just sit there passively having information fired at you. You're interacting with the concepts right from the word go, which makes learning a very active process, and that's the best way to learn. All the time, this is deepening your understanding of the concepts that are being taught to you. And then when you get to the end of a topic, you're asked lots of different questions. Now, these questions really make you think deeply about the subject that you've just covered and the topic that you've just learned. And that further deepens your understanding of whatever it is you're learning. I'm a physicist, and there have been many times in my career when I've either had to learn new concepts very quickly or go over old topics that I haven't covered in years. And a platform like Brilliant would have been perfect for me. To find out more about Brilliant, click on the link in the description, and the first 200 people to sign up using that link will get 20% off an annual subscription.